Some coincidences are normal, but others feel almost impossible. In this video, we're diving into stories that sound too strange to be true, yet every single one actually happened. From identical faces to eerie moments and lightning flashes, these real-life coincidences will make you question what's possible. Get ready for a journey through the most mysterious and unsettling true events where chance seems to defy logic. Let's begin with the first chilling example. Human brain is naturally wired to search for patterns. That's why coincidences can feel so strange and unsettling. When events line up in ways that seem far too unlikely to happen by chance, our minds can't help but wonder if there's something more at play. In this video, we'll explore some of the creepiest real-life coincidences ever recorded. Some of them are so bizarre, they're genuinely hard to explain. Let's dive into the first story. 14 years before the Titanic sank, a novel was published about a massive ship called the Titan. In the story, the supposedly unsinkable ship hits an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sinks. Both ships were enormous, both lacked enough lifeboats, and both sank in extremely similar conditions. The similarities were so disturbing that many people still call it one of the strangest coincidences in history. Was it just imagination, or something more? Two identical twins were separated at birth and reunited as adults. What shocked researchers was how similar their lives had become. They both had the same first name, worked similar jobs, married women with the same name, and even named their dogs the same thing. Despite growing up completely apart, their lives mirrored each other in uncanny ways. This case became one of the most famous psychological studies involving twins, raising questions about fate and genetics. Imagine surviving not one but multiple major disasters. Violet Jessop, a real person, lived through three of the most infamous shipwrecks in history. She was on board the Titanic, the Britannic, and the Olympic when each faced disaster. Against all odds, she survived every single one. Her story is a testament to both luck and resilience, and it's one of the most incredible coincidences ever documented. In 1883, a man named Henry Ziegland broke up with his girlfriend, leading to a tragic series of events. Her brother, seeking revenge, shot at Ziegland, but the bullet only grazed him and lodged in a tree. Years later, Ziegland tried to cut down the tree with dynamite. The explosion sent the bullet flying, and it struck and killed him. The bullet had waited years to complete its journey. In 2002, two 70-year-old twin brothers in Finland died in separate bicycle accidents on the same road, just hours apart. Both were struck by trucks at nearly the same spot. The police officer who responded to the second accident said, "It made my hair stand on end." The odds of such a tragic coincidence are almost impossible to calculate, making this one of the most chilling twin stories ever recorded. First person to die during the construction of the Hoover Dam was a man named J.G. Tierney. The last person to die during the project was his son, Patrick Tierney, exactly 13 years later. The eerie symmetry of their deaths, father and son, first and last, has fueled rumors of a curse surrounding the dam ever since. Edgar Allan Poe wrote a novel about four shipwrecked men who, stranded at sea, resorted to cannibalism. Years later, a real shipwreck occurred, and the survivors made the same grim choice. Even more bizarre, the victim's name in both the novel and real life was Richard Parker. Was it a case of life imitating art or something stranger? In the 1930s, a baby fell from a window in Detroit and was caught by a man named Joseph Figlock. A year later, the same baby fell from the same window and was caught by Figlock again. Both survived unharmed. The odds of the same man saving the same child in identical accidents are almost beyond belief. In 1975, a man riding a moped in Bermuda was struck and killed by a taxi. A year later, his brother was killed in the same way, by the same taxi, driven by the same driver carrying the same passenger. The odds of this happening are so remote, it's almost impossible to comprehend. Louis XVI of France was warned by an astrologer to avoid the 21st of each month. For years he was careful, but on June 21, 1791, he was arrested during the French Revolution. On September 21, France abolished the monarchy, and on January 21 he was executed. The 21st marked every turning point in his fate. In 1895, a woman named Anne Hodges became the only person in history to be struck by a meteorite. It crashed through her roof, bounced off a radio, and hit her while she was napping on the couch. She survived with only a bruise. The odds of being hit by a meteorite are astronomically low, making this a truly bizarre coincidence. A man in England lost his favorite childhood book. Decades later, he found the same book in a used bookstore, complete with his childhood signature inside. Somehow, the book had made its way back to him after all those years, as if it was meant to return. In 2003, a man in the UK won the lottery twice in 1 week. The odds of winning once are millions to one, but winning twice in such a short time is almost impossible. His story became a sensation, and statisticians struggled to explain how it could happen. In 1918, a man named Robert was struck and killed by lightning while standing in his backyard. Years later, his brother was killed in the same way in the same spot. Lightning rarely strikes twice, but in this case it did, literally. A man received a speeding ticket in the mail, only to realize the car in the photo had the same license plate as his, but it wasn't his car. After investigation, it turned out the plates had been duplicated by mistake. The odds of two cars with the same plate being caught on camera are incredibly slim. man named Mr. Willpower married a woman named Miss Faith Hope. Their wedding announcement became famous for the coincidental pairing of their names, which together read as Willpower and Faith Hope. Sometimes, life writes its own jokes. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, two U.S. presidents, shared a shocking number of coincidences. Both were elected 100 years apart, both were succeeded by men named Johnson, and both were assassinated on a Friday. The list of similarities goes on, making historians wonder if it's all just chance. Some people believe certain numbers are cursed. In one case, a car with the license plate, 666, was involved in 3 accidents in a single week. Whether it's just bad luck or something more, the story added to the legend of unlucky numbers. As we've seen, coincidences can be funny, tragic, or downright chilling. Our brains are always searching for patterns, and sometimes the universe seems to deliver them in the most unexpected ways. Whether you believe these stories are just random chance or something more, they remind us how mysterious life can be. The next time something strange happens, remember, sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction.